I am live here. Sorry, guys. Amber is on her way on, but I thought I would jump on while we're waiting for her to say some news. Simone Johnson, who is The Rock's daughter, 19 years old, signed with WWE, is unfortunately having knee surgery for the third time. So she's only 19 years old. She's been signed to WWE since February, and she's having knee surgery. So I'm sorry to hear that. The Rock does say he's retired. However, I truly believe we're going to see him back either managing or tagging with Simone Johnson once she finally is able to compete again. I know that she did not have COVID. The Rock and his family did have COVID, but I don't think Simone was living with the two younger kids. And I don't believe that Simone is The Rock's daughter from his current wife. And hello to Josh and to Carrie, who are waiting for Amber. She's going to be coming on soon. As Richard Min says, The Rock's daughter's body is already shot. Wow, 19 and 3 knee surgeries. That's rough. I had one knee surgery, and I'm 37, and that was back in 2012 from escaping a single leg attack in an amateur wrestling match. I tore my meniscus, finished the match, won the match, and went on to get second place in the Greco-Roman national team trials for the London Games with the torn knee. So yeah, I had to go to Greco-Roman, even though my expertise was freestyle, but there's just no way I could have done as well with the torn knee. Tessa Blanchard also returned to action over the weekend for Warrior Wrestling out of Chicago. She was their champion there. They had a show in front of 200 fans, an outdoor show, and Tessa dropped the Warrior Wrestling title to Kylie Ray. So Tessa's back in action. I think, where does everyone think Tessa's going to end up? AEW or WWE? I suspect WWE. Wolfpack in the house. Will I ever find an interview with Lightning Foot Jerry Flynn from WCW? Yes, if you can track him down for me, I will do one. Sure, I'm doing one with Kimona Wanalea from ECW this coming week. I have managed to track her down, the Asian former exotic dancer that somehow made her way into ECW and is known for something happened with the ring on one show and they had to stall. And at one point she started exotic dancing. So there's been a lot of requests with her. Eric thinks Tessa will go to AEW, and Colonel Quayle thinks Tessa will go to AEW. Well, her father is in AEW, but I don't know if they'll offer her as much as WWE would offer her, because WWE throws around a lot of money and they can make her into a bigger star than AEW could make her, because let's face it, they've got a bigger marketing machine. Although Shad Khan, the owner of AEW, is worth billions more than Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon did not make the top 400 billionaires this year. Shad Khan did in the U.S. By the way, go to the Hannibal TV merchandise store, the Hannibal TV merchandise store in the description if you want one of these great mugs. As Chrisma32 thinks Tessa will go to WWE. And Carlos Ray agrees with me about WWE. As I said, Amber Nova's coming on soon. That's basically the news of the day. Mike West says that that's an awesome skill to fall back on as far as being a stripper. If the show falls apart, just send her out on a pole and you got another 15 minutes of quality entertainment. I have to say, I know that there is the women's movement, and I love female wrestling. Obviously, I'm a big supporter of it. You people see me have women from all over the world on this show every week because I'm a fan of female wrestling, but I do miss the oil matches and the mud matches, the pillow fights, and the more fun wrestling stuff. That it's not all like they say that they take themselves serious, but they're on a show with puppets. It's a show that's watched the WWE SmackDown. Like the average age is like 50 and over, and they have a show filled with puppets. And then they wonder why no teenagers watch anymore. Could you imagine back in the NWO days, puppets? It didn't work out too well for Legion of Doom either. Tig Welder says WWE needs Tessa as their top women continue to get older. I mean, Charlotte's out right now with shoulder surgery and a busted implant for like a year, according to Ric Flair. Sam Wentz does not like either the WWE or AEW. I don't know if there is a company that I even like these days of a wrestling company other than PCW Ultra and Great North Wrestling as far as the TV companies. I used to think MLW was good, but it doesn't appear like they're running anymore. And I don't like how they locked people into contracts yet aren't paying them seemingly, such as Harry Smith, like them blocking him from going to WWE or AEW, but not giving him any work. That kind of sucks for the wrestlers. Colonel Quayle likes the Japanese female wrestlers. Hurricane Maverick, what's happening? We're patiently waiting, drinking from the Hannibal TV cup for Amber. After this, I'm going to do my third workout of the day, by the way. I did legs this morning, was deadlifting 6 plates on each side, chest this afternoon, and I'm going to run tonight. I'm getting into amazing shape these days. Dustin really liked my Miranda Gordy interview. I did too, and I am continuously scouting women wrestlers, and when Great North Wrestling returns, I'm really going to highlight some of the best female athletes from around the world, and Miranda Gordy is one of them for sure. Tig Welder says strippers are great. That's funny. You know what? I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but I agree with you. Josh says, any news on Lady Yasmin? Well, there's no wrestling allowed right now in Canada, other than some provinces like Alberta and Manitoba are allowing very small shows to happen. But I'm not going to pester Lady Yasmin about getting back in the ring if we can't even run events. She's asked for a break of wrestling. She's got 2 matches in the millions of hits. She's got 5 matches in the hundreds of thousands of hits. I think she's 23 or 24 now. She doesn't want my advice, but my advice to her would be do not quit when you are 23 or 24 years old and are an independent wrestler with numerous videos in the hundreds of thousands and millions of views. Bad time to quit, in my opinion. Dorian tipped me $4.99 and says, did I ever train in folk style wrestling? Thank you, Dorian. In Canada, we do freestyle, which is one of the Olympic forms, of course, freestyling Greco-Roman. Folk style is where you get points for the escapes. I never did any folk style tournaments because the international style is not folk style. For some reason, and I did ask Dan Gable this, I don't know why they make the American college style folk style, because you would think you'd want your athletes to train in the Olympic style to have a bet. Not that I'm criticizing the American Olympic team because they're way better than ours, but the Canadians don't have very much funding. It actually costs a lot of money to amateur wrestle in Canada, which is why I stopped. One of my decisions to go into pro wrestling, which I regret instead of amateur wrestling, when I was coming out of high school, was they had Daniel Agali, who was the Olympic gold medalist at the time, train with me a bit and try and recruit me to Simon Fraser University in British Columbia, where he was from, and they at the time competed in NAIA and the Canadian League. But he was broke. He was driving a beater car, living in somebody's basement. He told me he got a $25,000 sponsorship from Cheerios, and I'm like, okay, you become the Olympic champion of Canada, and you can live in somebody's basement and drive a beater car. I don't know. It didn't make me really want to do it, even though I love it. And if I could go back in time, I would have taken my Division I scholarship. Dustin says he worked with SWE Fury. Don't know. I guess that means that you personally worked for him. Dustin asking me plans for a Jesse Ventura interview. Yes, there are. I did finally get in contact with his agent. We worked something out, but the lockdown has the borders closed right now. So I can't get into the U.S. to do it. He's not a very technologically savvy guy. He's not open to doing an online interview with me, only in person. So it doesn't look like it's going to happen this year. Same with Terry Funk. I'd love to do Terry Funk, but it's a matter of I can't get into the U.S. It's funny. It was in the news, and I'll touch on this for our Canadian fans. I noticed that there's a company we've covered, CWE Canada, that they do cross Canada tours, and they had one scheduled for October featuring Shane Douglas. And I noticed they put out a statement that they're hoping the borders are going to be open by October so you can cross. They're not going to be open by October. I guarantee you that. The border between Canada and the U.S. will not be open this year. Carlos tipped me $20. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I do put your tips towards future interviews and helping make this channel better. As I said, Teddy Long next Friday, Kimono Wanalea, who I don't even know if she's ever done a shoot interview. And I'm working on a bunch of others. Screech from Saved by the Bell, who was also a wrestler in Celebrity Championship Wrestling, so I appreciate that. And Wolfpack tips me an additional $6.99. And about Jerry Flynn, he has no info on his whereabouts. No one's done a shoot interview. Could I ask someone if they could find him? Well, because you tipped me $6.99, I'll ask somebody. But I haven't heard much. Waylon C says he agrees that there's no way the borders are going to open by October. I guarantee it, they're not. I wish they were. It's already cold here. It's cold here in my part of Canada. I don't want to be stuck here for the winter, not able to go to Arizona or Florida or Nevada or Texas, warmer places for an interview trip. Colonel Quayle liked Danny Davis passing on the Mel Phillips comment. I'll digress for 1 second here. I'm going to check if Amber has messaged me because this is supposed to be. Okay, she has an issue with the link. Let me read. This is funny. Okay, she'll be joining us in a second, as I've already started this clearly. I guess she had an old link. Daphne interview, yes, definitely for sure. Bon Lewis thinks I should interview Mr. Belding after the Screech interview. Screech is like very controversial. I think he would be good, and also considering he has been a porn star as well as a wrestler. Justin says he thought, I think he's thinking about Kimona and ECW and WCW. Was she in WCW? I don't remember that. Goth Rocker 7. You got to love these goth rockers. And he says Great North Wrestling should get Amber Nova. Well, we will get her, definitely, if she's not in WWE by the time the borders open back up. But she's definitely one of the female talents that I would bring in, as well as I've already said, Taylor Hendricks. There's a bunch. And what's her name? Miranda Gordy. She has a style very similar to Terry Gordy. Richard Mins wants me to interview Tom DeLonge from Blink 182 and also from the Stars Academy. I certainly would want to interview him. I've been trying. Believe me, I've been trying. I have had some contact with his people. He is a very busy guy, but I'm not going to give up on him. Sam says Kimona was the valet for the varsity club in WCW. Well, thank you for that. And that one is going to be another live stream coming up next week. I don't know the exact day yet. Ian, am I going to try and interview Chris Jericho? No, he does interviews. And I'll be honest, I was more of a fan of Chris Jericho in WCW. More so than oh, here she is. Sorry, we're already live here, as you're in a wonderful outfit.
Sorry, I was having serious technical difficulties. I had an old link, and so I jumped on the YouTube chat on my YouTube channel. Let's see. Hannibal, how should we do this? Horizontal?
However you want. Horizontal's good.
What's better for you?
That's perfect. We can see you very well there.
So I just want to give everybody, all the fans, a heads up. I cannot see your questions. Hannibal will be reading them to me. So that will work, I guess. And then if I have notifications that pop up, that's why I'm swiping away, like weather updates and stuff.
You already have one comment on there that says, God bless America.
Yes, so it was just September 11th. Me as a former EMT, my brother-in-law, my sister's husband is a EMT and firefighter. I have many friends, and I just want to show my support, being it was just September 11th. And I've got my own gear, Amber Nova, so I wanted to represent. Let me see. Is this better horizontal or vertical, guys?
I think horizontal is better.
Okay, cool.
Crypto Spasm just tipped you $20, and he said, God bless Amber and America.
Thank you so much. You're American muscle-driving pro wrestler. Loves it.
I forgot to ask you in our last interview, you had by the way, those are incredible abs. You're putting me to shame here.
Okay, I do a lot of ab workouts, and everyone's always asking me, what do you do for your abs? And so I just posted a video on my Instagram of my ab workouts. You guys can go check that out. I get questions all the time, like, what do you do for your ab workouts? So go check out my Instagram. I just posted a recent video of like one of the many exercises that I do. So, all right, I'm going to squeeze on in here. What's up, Nova Heads? How's everyone doing on this Sunday night?
They're saying hi to you. They all love your outfit. Josh here says he's your biggest fan.
Thank you, Josh.
Another Joshua says he's glad he served in the Army and he loves your outfit.
Thank you so much, and I respect that. I just can't even tell you how much I respect that, so thank you. And like I said, September 11th just passed. That's a really heartbreaking day for many of us, and that's why it just meant so much to me to wear my own American Muscle geared up Amber Nova gear for everybody and show my support. So what did I miss in the 15 minutes of my technical difficulties?
They were just chit-chatting with me.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, for sure. By the way,
you know what? I see a few comments do pop up, like Wayland C. Oh, wait, that just went away. So they come up so quickly and go away. So Hannibal will read them for me, you guys.
Bon Lewis says, do you still do any volunteer EMT work?
I do not. So my state license and national registry license and everything was certified in the state of South Carolina, and then once I moved to Orlando, um, it's a different area, so I would have had to transfer my licenses and stuff. And also, I couldn't afford living on my own, an independent woman, working 24-hour, 36-hour shifts, and then doing that and still pursuing pro wrestling. So I had to pick one or the other, unfortunately. I've not done it since I left South Carolina.
And you have a fan wondering if AEW has reached out to you. They'd love to see you wrestle for AEW.
Thank you. I have had some people contact me through them that have been interested, yes. But just with the pandemic right now, it's not the best time for some wrestlers, and it's just really not the best time during this whole pandemic. But yes, they have been interested. Thank you.
This person says that he wishes the NFL and NBA would have the same respect you do for the men and women that risk their lives for our safety.
Thank you so much. And I'm sure that there's many people in the NFL and the NBA that have loved ones that are cops, you know, in the police, firemen, paramedics, EMTs, you name it. I'm sure a lot of people do. And they have fundraisers, they have people that help. And yes, I do have a huge amount of respect. It's the career job that I left to come pursue pro wrestling. And trust me, it was a hard choice. And now in 2020, it's like the worst time to be in entertainment. But I'm getting by thanks to all of you.
Someone's asking your favorite type of pickup truck.
Well, it's going to obviously be a Chevy.
What was the craziest thing you've done with your Chevy Nova, by the way? Like, fastest you've driven it, or like, did you ever do anything really wild in it?
What's the craziest thing I've ever done in my Chevy Nova? I don't know. Change the oil like a normal person. Okay, let me see. Craziest thing. Okay. I did shoot this bitchin' badass video with Q the Rebel. You don't know him? Look him up. He works with some big name people in the business. Big names. Q the Rebel. Check him out. He actually filmed not the Nova I have now, but my very first Nova. And we went out in the field. We did some donuts. I messed up my brakes and shit. Sorry if I curse. Sorry, I try not to curse on here. I don't curse too often, but oh, wow. So I did some burnouts, spun the tires, did a crazy fun video. It was awesome. I mean, I wouldn't say that's like weird or like wild, but yeah, we shot a really great video. Q the Rebel, check him out. He's an amazing producer. And like I said, I did all these like donuts, and I tore up this field in my Nova and tore up the tire and the brakes as well. I had to fix them. No big deal, but yeah. I like to have fun. Let's see, anything illegal? No.
What about bringing it as your entrance for a wrestling match? Have you ever done that for an outdoor show? Someone's asking.
Oh, hell yeah. I actually got to put on my first classic car / pro wrestling show at Ace Cafe here in Orlando. I even got the event featured and promoted on Fox 35 News. It was wonderful. It was actually the day after my birthday, so it was like my birthday present to me. This was just 2 years ago. It was amazing. I had an awesome time, but I've also drove my car out in the field to the ring at other events such as Earth Day Birthday that they put on here. And you know, if anyone ever saw like the pictures of me and Jericho, his band Fozzy was playing at Earth Day Birthday the same year that my wrestling dojo and a bunch of us wrestlers were out there, set the ring up. We were just kicking ass all day to like our favorite bands, including my entrance music, Machine Head by Bush, Gavin Rossdale, Shine Down, Breaking Benjamin. They were all out there just kicking ass. And Fozzy was there. And I had actually been talking to Jericho through a friend that introduced us, just saying hello. Hey, can you give me some advice in the business? And the guy was really helpful and super, super nice. I mean, so just another mentor of mine, like many others. And I said, hey, we're out here wrestling. I know Fog's gonna be playing. We met up. We said hi. Took some photos. Showed him my Nova. And so yeah, birthday. I drove my car to the ring. Other fun events like that.
Someone says you'd make a killing on Cameo or OnlyFans. Are you on either of those?
I joined Cameo this year, a few months ago, and I have made a few Cameo videos. I do not have an OnlyFans because I know what you guys want. You ain't getting that, so it ain't gonna happen. No, I get some inappropriate requests, we'll just say, and I ain't that kind of lady. So I do have like behind the scenes photo shoots, behind the scenes videos and clips of what goes on when I do a photo shoot that you guys can purchase through me, or I'm actually going to be making a Patreon soon. So I will make a Patreon. That's coming soon. And then merchandise wise, like you can message me on any of my social media platforms, which is AmberNova73 on Instagram and Twitter, also Facebook. And I can send you everything that I have for merch. Actually, I can even show you now if anyone's interested. If there's any more questions.
There is, but we can take a break and you can show us some of your merch because I know some of the fans were asking me about it.
Okay, yeah. So I have these handmade grease rags I make. Obviously, I'm the daughter of a mechanic. I drive a 73 Nova. I change my own oil. If you watch me in the ring, I got one of these on my gear every time because I'm always ready to give a tune up. So you can get my personally handmade grease rags. Even on my Instagram, I posted a video of how I make these myself. So you guys can check those out. I also have I will personalize and autograph 8x10s. Me and my car. And this is posted. Not all of my 8x10s are posted though. Some of them are still unreleased for like a digital exclusive, like behind the scenes type of stuff. I have posters. Check these out. So I know Halloween is coming up soon. And Halloween's like one of my favorite holidays. I love Halloween. I made part of this outfit. This is me in the pink Power Ranger costume. This is an 11x17 poster, but I also have it as an 8x10 and others. And if I look like I'm moving really weird, it's because everything's a little backwards. Like my right hand is here, but it's showing there. So the screen's a little flipped. But yeah, so, and yes, and I want to make one thing clear, which I posted this before everybody. Yes, I know that there it is again. This helmet is not the original Pink Power Ranger helmet. I know. I am a brand ambassador, and I'm sponsored by Wild Bangarang, who's licensed with WWE, Marvel, other huge companies, and they make their leggings. Wild Bangarang made me my own personal Amber Nova leggings, and they sponsored me a pink pair of Power Ranger ones. The top, the helmet, and the gloves I got from Goodwill, and my sister and I had the fun of spray painting them to match. And that's what I was for that Halloween. And I did this photo shoot with Mad Creativity. If you don't know him, he is badass. Check him out. That's his name. Phenomenal photographer. He's featured in like Maxim, Playboy. He's featured like everywhere. He's a great photographer. So I have posters such as this. But what I wanted to ask you guys, what should I be for Halloween this year? Start putting it in the comment section below. DM me. Let me know. Comment right now. What should I be for Halloween this year?
I'm sure they're going to say that. I just wanted to point out Crypto Spasm tipped you $20. He says
so much,
he'd like to see you and Chelsea Green. Sorry, I can't even talk. I'm looking at you in this outfit. You and Chelsea Green in a goddess versus goddess match or hair versus hair match. Oh my God.
Oh, I'll win that one. I'm not losing my hair. That's not happening. That will not happen, Miss Green. His hair's staying.
And
Anyways, I would love to
Jay-Z
wrestle her.
says you're too classy for OnlyFans. I'll let you finish what you were doing, though.
Amber's too classy for OnlyFans. No disrespect. It's just I have certain standards that I have. No big deal. And I'm not shaming anyone that does have it. Good for you. I'm just saying I'm not doing it. Just because I do other things. But good for those women that do. And I'm fine with that. Just I'm not going to do it because like I said, I have standards, I have guidelines, I got other things going on, so I just can't do it. Anyways, Chelsea Green, I have never actually officially wrestled. We've trained a little together. You may see pictures online from like a Slam and Ladies type of thing. We've trained, but I've never had an official match with her, so you never know. But yes, I need to know what should I be for Halloween this year. Now, I've done a female stormtrooper. Oh, yeah. You guys check out my Instagram. You have to scroll down probably a bit far or whatever, but I've done the female stormtrooper outfit. I even made that one myself. Let's see. I've done Princess Leia. Yep, it's already been done, guys. I don't want to kind of do it again. Though, like, my sister said, you should be Princess Leia again. I'm like, I've already done it. Like, so many people haven't seen it probably. So, Princess Leia, I've done a female stormtrooper, pink Power Ranger. Oh, I've done Belle from Disney. I have the beautiful, gorgeous, yellow, big Belle dress. I've done Jasmine from Disney's Aladdin. So, if you guys have any really good ideas of what I should be for Halloween this year, let me know. Let's see. Other 11 by 17 posters I have. This is the car shoot I did. Let's see. Check this out. Sorry for the camera's on this side. So that's one. That one and this one are both featured as 8 by 10 photos and 11 by 17 posters. And if I need to step back a bit, I will. So this is featured as an 8 by 10 and an 11 by 17, as well as this one. And then when I wrestled in London, hell yeah, that was last June. I went to London for the first time for BEW. They made me this graphic, Iron Maiden. I don't know if anyone likes to rock, but I sure as hell do. Iron Maiden Amber Nova. I thought that was so cool. My brother had me autograph it, and he has it up in his house. My brother's a big Iron Maiden fan, so this was really awesome. I have some older ones as well that you guys have probably already seen before, but over the past few years, this is my old Nova. And an old set of wrestling gear that I wore on Impact Wrestling. I wore the top on NXT in my match versus Nikki Cross. It was my first debut match with NXT. After only being in the business for 3 years. Here is the back side of that set of gear. I just feel like a superhero holding this wrench. Which I think is really cool. Let's see. Oh, so my grease rags used to be red. That's just a fact. My Nova is not red. It is Chevy orange. The reason I wear orange in all my wrestling gear, the reason, I changed my grease rags from red to orange is because Chevy Motors' original color is actually orange. It's like a hot fire orange. It's not red. But in photos, sometimes with the lighting, it looks red, but it's actually orange. So I changed my grease rags to orange. I make them myself, like I said, always ready for a tune-up. Always technically challenged with cameras going upside down. So this one's also featured as 11 by 17 and 8 by 10. This photo has not been posted online, but there's one that's similar to it. And I have a lot more merchandise and photos I can show you guys. But I'd like to hear hear from you some more. So Hannibal, what's up?
There's a lot of comments.
Squeeze
People
back
love
in.
your poses. Zohaib Hassan says, "Who's your current favorite wrestler from WWE?"
My current favorite wrestler from WWE. Whew. I have to pick just one. I feel like there's just too many to name. So I'm just gonna go off on it. Lacey Evans, because she's from the same hometown as me. Beaufort, South Carolina. It's the same area, just like a ton of little islands. Hilton Head Island, Ladies Island, Paris Island, where she was a Marine, which mad respects to that woman. Sasha Banks. Gosh, there's just so many women that inspire me. Mickie James is back. That's pretty exciting. Natalia. The list goes on. There's just so many women not in WWE, but in WWE, like right now, that's to name a few. Shotzi Blackheart. Yes, girl. I love her rock and roll vibe. Honestly, me and her, I think we'd make a pretty good tag team. Her with her tank, me with a little mini classic car. I'll just be running people over nonstop. I'll pull out my wrench. We'll tune people up. It'll be great. I love her style, her vibe, her originality. That's what I'm all about, is originality and just all that rock and roll style. I love it. She's badass. So she's one of my favorites, to name a few. Do you guys, like Lacey Evans? That's what I'm talking about. American Muscle.
And there's a bunch of Halloween costume suggestions. She-Hulk or Wonder Woman. There's a bunch of them on here. Would you pose for Playboy? Someone's asking. I don't even know if Playboy exists anymore, do they?
I don't know. I'm more comfortable in a swimsuit than I am lingerie. I admire like a lot of the women that have posed in Playboy. Like that takes mad confidence. I'm much more interested in Sports Illustrated because, like you guys know, I'm a sports car kind of girl. I drive the 73 Chevy Nova. I change my own oil. I'm into like classic American muscle. So I'm going to say no to Playboy only because I'd be a lot more interested in Sports Illustrated. You know, my sports car and me, which I did my own little Sports Illustrated kind of car shoot this year. So like during the pandemic, it's just something I've been wanting to do for a long time. When the pandemic hit, I had to wait a little while, but I finally did it, which was this shoot and the race flag car bikini. And that was like my personal Sports Illustrated shoot. I'm also just a very, I guess, what did someone say in a comment before? They said it in a nice way. Like, oh, Amber's too classy or something. I'm just going to have to say no, I wouldn't be too comfortable with Playboy. But Sports Illustrated needs to get a tune-up with this Nova.
They do, and Stephen Curtis tipped you $10.
Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate it for putting some gas in my car.
And Eric also tips $5.
Hey, Eric.
And speaking of classy, someone actually had a good costume idea that you should go as Miss Elizabeth. You kind of look like her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. I got to find it. I have the Sensational Sherry one.
But, okay. I saw someone comment that. That's cool. They said, I think She-Hulk. Who else did they comment?
They're one of the Nitro girls. You know how WCW had the Nitro girls?
Ooh, yes. Which one? Those babes were so hot.
I think they wanted any of them. And someone has an interesting question. They think you would make an awesome manager. Would you be okay with just being a manager if that was the role they had for you? Like maybe a really popular one like Miss Elizabeth?
Yes. If that's the role they need me to be in, and that's the role Nova needs to go, that's the road she needs to go down, then yes. I'm much more in-ring action. I am absolutely not like the eye candy kind of girl. I'm the one in the driver's seat. You know what I mean? Kind of like a Selena Vega. I'm in the driver's seat. So, yes, but it wouldn't satisfy all of the passion and ambition inside of me, and satisfy that drive as a pro wrestler, knowing what I can do in the ring, and then having to be the coach on the outside of the ring saying, you can do it. Unless, I'm like helping a little bit more.
We have someone that wants to see you as Daisy Duke, the Little Mermaid, and Jill
Yeah,
Valentine from Resident Evil.
I'd have to get a red wig, right? What do you guys think?
You could be. What is your natural hair color? It looks brownish, right? I've never met you in person yet, so it's hard to tell.
This is natural. No extensions, no hair dye. It's I want to say it's like a light brown auburn. It's always had a little reddish tint to it just from the sunlight or like auburn, but yeah, that's all real, guys.
Very nice. Definitely some of the top hair in women's wrestling, and that's saying a lot because the divas are really known for their hair. It's very important. The same guy that was asking you about Jerry Flynn before is telling you go as Jerry Flynn for Halloween. Someone else is. I think this guy is like obsessed with him. Sam says go as Elektra Assassin.
Oh, I forgot. So that's another Halloween costume I did, and I even made it myself. I'll have to post like a slide, like little slideshow or collage photo of all the costumes I've been for Halloween. But I've also been Melina from Mortal Kombat, and I hand sewed and stitched. I did a big dragon cutout of the Mortal Kombat dragon. I cut it out. I hand sewed the whole thing to the very back of my butt of the skirt that like does like the like the slits where they come down and like there. I did that, and I was Melina from Mortal Kombat for Halloween. I even had like the little size and everything that was there. So and then like I said, the Mortal Kombat here. I had the outfit, did the cross, and then I did the mask, and that was a great costume. Mortal Kombat. I've run out of ideas. What should I be for Halloween? This is fun. Keep telling me, guys. What should I be for Halloween? Elektra, that's a good one.
Somebody wants you to do a picture holding my dog, Piper.
Your dog?
I have a teacup poodle that I have on this channel sometimes, and this fan wants to see you in a picture holding my dog. And this person says they're a big fan of you. Hope you come to the Toronto area post-COVID lockdown. Keep up the good work. My family had a Chevy Nova growing up.
Oh, that's awesome. What year did you have growing up? And I absolutely want to come to Canada. It's on my bucket list. Honestly, it possibly was going to happen this year. I was going to wrestle for a promotion up there. Last year alone, I wrestled in London, South Africa, and Panama. I was on my international travel. I was in talks with good people telling me to keep doing that. It was going really, really good. Unfortunately, the pandemic hit, but what's more important is people's health and safety. So if I have to take a little slowdown, a few speed bumps on my journey, no big deal. I'm just going to keep cruising, crank that music up, and enjoy the ride.
For the Nitro Girl, there's a few people that want to see you as Kimberly Page, who was once the wife of DDP.
Gotcha. I don't know if I can pull that off. Who else do we got? I'll show you some other photos too while we're thinking of some more names.
I can't pronounce this because I haven't seen X-Men, but Cyclops from X-Men or something.
Cyclops.
Oh, Cyclops. Okay, there you go. I suck at English. By the way, Carlos Ray just tipped you $20.
Thank you,
and he's
Carlos.
happy that you're on.
I really appreciate you. So right now, guys, what we're doing is showing off my abs at the moment because I'm too close to the camera. Figuring out what I should be for Halloween this year. So like I said, I've been Melina from Mortal Kombat. I've been the Pink Power Ranger, which this is one of my favorite photos by Mad Creativity. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but yeah, he's amazing. Go follow him. Oh, whoopsies. Whoopsies. Here we go. That's one. The leggings are from Wild Bangarang. I'm a brand ambassador for them. They're licensed with WWE and Marvel. Anyone tuning in? I said this before, but Wild Bangarang, they made me my own personal Amber Nova leggings. They are amazing. And they make Ronda Rousey. They make Sasha Banks. They make a bunch of people's leggings. So you should check them out. They made Amber Nova's leggings. And I'm also a brand ambassador for them. The gloves, top, and helmet, they did not make. I made that myself. I went to my local Goodwill, found all that, and spray painted it. And that's what I do. I love to thrift shop. And I also just like to support local businesses and my community. And that's what's important in the world, is helping each other. So I've been the Pink Power Ranger. I've been Melina from Mortal Kombat. I've been a female. I'm sorry. I said Stormtrooper before. I know how you guys can be. Clone Trooper was the helmet I used. It was a female clone trooper. Stormtrooper, Clone Trooper, you guys get the idea. I have been Princess Leia. Oh, I've been Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I've been Disney's Jasmine from Aladdin.
Have you been an American Gladiator woman yet? Someone's asking. They said you would have been great on American Gladiators. What about American Gladiator girl?
Oh my God, Xena? No, I have not been Xena.
Cyber Goth as a space kitten, somebody says.
What?
Cyber Goth as a space kitten. I don't even know what that is. The idea is some people have her funny.
Is that like a dojo cat?
It must be. There's a few saying China too. People want to see you.
Oh, come on. Nobody will know I'm China. I'll look like a really small China.
What about the evil queen from Snow White? Somebody suggests.
Oh, I guess I look like her.
And somebody says dressed up as the Pink Ranger. She already put her picture up for that. You got to watch the star.
You said dress up like Pink Power Ranger. I already have. Here's the pictures. Sorry, I have to figure out how this whole backwards camera thing works. Bear with me. I realize I'm backwards a little. Okay, wrong one. Here we go. I did that already. I was Pink Power Ranger. I made the helmet. Yes. Oh, Lord. Yes. I know that the helmet is not the original Power Ranger helmet, but I found it at Goodwill and painted it pink, and it worked. Same with the top and gloves. So thank you so much. These are autographed. I do these personalized autographed 8x10s. This one also comes in an 11x17 poster. So you guys can DM me, email me for merchandise as well, and I'll send you all the info. Thank you so much. And back to what we were saying, what should I be for Halloween this year?
There's someone that says DC Comics Huntress. Someone else says Sable, the original diva. There's a lot of suggestions on here. Try Ray from the new Star Wars movie.
Okay.
This person says your smile is very cute. A lot of people find you cute. Oh, Poison Ivy. That's a good one. The Batman villain.
I have always wanted to be Poison Ivy. So when I grew up, I had the Batman poster on the back of my bedroom door. My mom worked my mom was a manager at Blockbuster. So I had the Poison Ivy, like, Batman poster, and I've always wanted to be her growing up with the hot red hair and do the whole Ivy green thing. But, like, I feel like so many people have done it already. So it's just like, I want to do something different. And so I went towards, like, Pink Power Ranger and other things. Like I did the female clone Stormtrooper, as well as, what was the other one? Okay, someone mentioned Wonder Woman. I think I would make a really good Wonder Woman, but I feel like so many people have done it. And I want to do just something different that's a little bit more out there. Hooters, girl, orange. There you go. Hey, I love Hooters. They have like the best like fried pickles. And women there. They're so nice.
I don't know if you're married, but I know you definitely have a partner. Someone says go with him as Run DMC, the rap band.
Go with your husband. Well, I'm single. I don't have a husband.
Oh, because you mentioned you had a father-in-law in our last interview.
Brother-in-law.
Oh, brother-in-law. Okay.
Yes.
Someone says Molly Holly. Be Molly Holly or Tori Wilson.
Ah,
Or
that'd
Mickey
be cool.
James. Mickey James too.
Mickey James. Yeah. That'd be cool.
And somebody
What else do we
wants to know more about your finisher. SoulCon86 wants to know the name of your finisher, how you came up with the move.
So my finisher is a Nova driver. It is a wheelbarrow stunner, or sometimes I modify it into a springboard stunner. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Stone Cold. I also do like a satellite DDT where I drive their head into the mat. So it's a Nova driver.
Very good. And how would you say your in-ring style is for people that haven't seen your in-ring style? That's come up a few times in this Q&A session so far.
My in-ring style, I would say, is a mix of a lot of like traditional grappling, catch wrestling, and lucha style. I'm a small competitor. I'm one of the smallest females out there, so I feel like I have to work twice as hard with that like lucha, fast, quickness, high flying, catch wrestling style about me.
And someone asked earlier, you mentioned your favorite WWE wrestler. Who's your favorite AEW wrestler?
Ooh. Guess I'd have to go with the boss man Jericho. And I know him as a mentor too, so he's done so much in his career, like his days in Japan, everything. It's hard not to say him. He's up there with the experience. Female wise, Big Swole, baby. I've gotten to work with her before. We've had some matches in the past. She's amazing. Britt Baker, I also always wanted to have a match with her, yet to have had. There's a lot of really great women in there. And the guys. I'll just name a few. April O'Neil's a good one.
I think she means the Ghostbusters secretary, April O'Neil, as a Halloween costume.
Got you. I definitely could look like her. But then I'm going to need some ghosts with me. I feel like I have a bunch of ghosts.
I'm sure you could find some. I'm sure you could get some fans following you around.
Wait. Oh, April O'Neil. Wasn't that like Ninja Turtles?
Oh, you know what? You're right. I'm thinking Ghostbusters. You're correct.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not Ghostbusters. That was Ninja Turtles.
You have a better memory than I do. Joshua says, thank you for doing this, Amber. You have a great personality. Where do you see your career going? Where would you like it to go?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's been a rough few years. I moved to Orlando, like I said, with Nova and a dream, pursued this professional wrestling career and modeling. I was an EMT before. I didn't even have social media before, like it was hard for me moving completely alone. As far as my career, where I say going, like I'm tuning up the world. I want to inspire everyone. And that's what I felt like when I was an EMT working in that ambulance. I always felt like there's more to life. And I loved, and don't get me wrong, I loved, and it meant so much to me helping the people that I help. I mean, I'm still in touch with all the firefighters and some of the patients I used to help. They still reach out to me, Facebook, we talk. It means so much to me. They still support me and follow my journey. And that's what life is. It's a journey. It's not a destination. And I'm all about cruising, riding in the Nova, enjoying that journey. As far as my career, where I see going, I'm working really hard at my TV contract, wherever that will end up being. And yeah, I just want to tune up the whole world with inspiration. I want to tell a story. And this girl and her Nova, we have a story to tell.
And there was a fan that asked earlier, is there any wrestler you'd be fearful of wrestling?
Yes, but I'm definitely driven enough to still get in the ring. Hell, I feel like I already have a few times. Nikki Cross was a crazy bat. I mean, I wrestled two of the top women from Japan, Io Shirai and Kairi Sane. That wasn't easy. Taya Valkyrie. Remember that power bomb? Ow.
And as far
Rosemary?
as far as Savage or Hulk Hogan, who would you pick as your favorite between those two? As someone says, dress up as Luna Vachon. That's an interesting one.
Oh my gosh. Good story about Luna Vachon. She inspired my wrestling gear. Yes, she did. So I have the bikini, like high-waist bikini part, but then I have the cutout like leggings that go down the side. And my leggings, they are actually like cut out and inspired by her match with Medusa from, what was it, 98? I forgot the exact year. Don't quote me. I could totally be wrong. But it was Slamboree. They wrestled each other. And Luna Vachon's wearing this black and white high-waist bikini with this legging cut out. And she inspired me to do the same. Yep.
Now, there's a lot of French people where I'm from. Jefferson E. White is saying you should go as a French maid. That I would have to agree. That would be a good outfit for you.
I could counter that offer with something I've always really loved, Victoria's Secrets. I've always wanted to be a Victoria's Secret angel with the big, gorgeous wings and like some kind of gorgeous outfit, like a runway outfit. So I was thinking Victoria's Secret model. What else do we got?
That would be a good one. This person's asked it a bunch of times. He wants to know your best match. Who did you have the best chemistry with? And is there a move you've wanted to try, but you haven't tried it yet in competition for some reason?
My best match. My best match. That's a tough one. You know, you always want to say your best match was your last match. And part of me honestly does feel like that's true. And if that is, then you guys should go look up Brian Atomic. He's a cruiserweight, new local guy here in Orlando, Florida, coming up. Thinks he's like Atomic, but whatever. He wrestled me for my cruiserweight championship here recently. Go to Diva Insider YouTube. Diva Insider, Amber Nova intergender match. You'll find the video of me and Brian Atomic. He is a tough competitor. He's pretty great. But I've had so many amazing matches. Like I said, my first NXT debut match was with Nikki Cross. Two of the top women from Japan, Io Shirai and Kairi Sane. I was only like 2 years into the business, if that really. And I had my first TV match with Impact Wrestling when they were also in between the company of GFW with Allie, who's now in AEW, Rosemary, Sienna, Su Young, Taya Valkyrie. And they even wrote on their website, the reason we keep bringing Amber Nova back is so she can hang with these women. And for being so new but inexperienced, but I worked my ass off and I learned as much as I could hang with them. It meant the world to me. I kept brought back. And I mean, that's just to name a few of the people I've wrestled that are so amazing. So amazing.
And that kind of leads into Herman asking here if it's hard for you to wrestle with the men, which you kind of answered before. In some ways it is. It depends on the opponent, I guess.
Yes, it depends on the opponent, I suppose. But nonetheless, men are obviously stronger than women, but not always smarter. I have gotten to learn from a bunch of really amazing men, such as Hector Guerrero, who was just recently down here in Winter Park, Florida, helping train me. I've learned from Low Key, a bunch of really other great guys, and they've taught me a lot of self-defense. It's different wrestling a guy, though. It is absolutely harder. One of my matches you can check out, actually, is from Panama, GWE. Just go on YouTube, GWE, you'll find it, Amber Nova. I was originally in a triple threat. It's a three-way match with two other girls. And these other goons came in and thought they could take me. You'll see what happens.
Now, this guy's asking a question. I don't know her. Are you friends with Shozy Blackheart? You're both
Shotzi.
rock and roll chicks.
Shotzi Blackheart.
Shotzi Blackheart.
And I do know her. We're not really close, but I would say we definitely are friends and we're friendly. She got picked up in NXT recently. Congrats to her again. We were on a Shine show, and we were booked together in like the same kind of room and stuff. And that was a couple years ago in New York for Shine. That was a good time, and I just remember having a really good time with her. She's a really good person. I should probably try to see if she wants to get some pizza sometime, because I love pizza. I'm Italian and Irish. Why wouldn't I love pizza?
Of course.
I heard she loves pizza.
Someone says you should be Catwoman. And another fan, Jay, is wondering if you like modern wrestling more than the Divas era as far as female wrestling. They both have their advantages and disadvantages, I guess.
So Catwoman, I think I have been Catwoman. That's actually something I think I already have done. And modern wrestling. So I'm really into the old school. Eddie Guerrero. Even before that, just Larry Zbyszko has been one of my trainers and mentors. He's helped me a lot. And also Scott Hall's. Like, I do like modern day wrestling, don't get me wrong. But sometimes I watch matches, and that's why I said, like, I'm really into catch wrestling. They're just not going after their opponent. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're just not going for them the way that if you really want to win a match, you should be. Does that make sense?
I believe it does. Definitely. Now, I noticed you have some of your shots there. Is there any you wanted to show?
Yeah, I wanted to show you guys a few other things. So, like, for instance, I'm going to step back a little. This 8x10 photo, it's from 4th of July. You can check that out. This one is for sale. I even have these signature leggings from that exact photo shoot with my name on them. Whoopsies. That's the brand, and they are amazing. You guys should check them out as well. Amber Nova leggings with this exact 8x10. You guys can DM me if you're interested in purchasing this combo deal. 8x10 with the signature leggings from the shoot. I have other photos. Like I said, I will also include a grease rag that I hand make myself. Tire marks, wrenches, you know, your greaser girl. I have a few others. This is actually pretty unique. So I also have 8x10s of wrestling gear, like promo pictures. And the woman that makes my wrestling gear makes a lot of the women's wrestling gear in WWE as well. So there's a few other 8x10s that I have. And if you guys want any of these 8x10s, all you have to do is shoot me an email or a DM. If I don't get back to you right away, don't worry. If it takes me like a day, I'm just a little busy, I will respond. Here's a few other 8x10s of my other wrestling gear you can check out. Obviously, signature orange because Chevy motor. My 73 Chevy Nova's orange. It's the original color. I've got the tire marks on the gear. I've got wrenches. And I want to say I made some new gear recently that I've displayed just a few times, a few promo pictures and stuff online only exclusively. But I am selling sample pieces. Now, these sample pieces you cannot wear, but they're sample pieces that I made of the wrestling gear when it was being created. And I will autograph this and include 8x10s with the sample gear. I only have one set of this sample gear, so if you're interested, you can DM me. It comes with my signature top straps and bottoms. Like I said, you cannot wear this. It's not been worn. It's not worn wrestling gear. It's sample pieces of my newest set of wrestling gear. So if you're interested in that, it'll come with 8x10 photos and these sample pieces, top and bottoms. And I hope you guys like my new wrestling gear.
Very good. Well, we've had lots of questions. I'll save some of them for a future Q&A session because I'm sure you'll be back. We always love having you on, and the fans love talking to you. But the final question I'll ask for the fan question will be, someone was wondering, do you prefer being a face or a heel? To me, it seems like you're a more natural baby face.
So, your question is, do I prefer being a face or a heel? It all depends who I step in the ring with. I'm not afraid to get my hands greasy and dirty. I'm the daughter of a mechanic. I'm always geared up, revved up, and ready to get some grease under my fingernails. And I'm always ready to play fair. Depends who I'm wrestling, though. You know, if she wants to play dirty, then I'll bring out a few tools in my box and do the same.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. Thank you to the fans that were nice enough to tip. As Jefferson says, you're a total baby face. Yeah, you're pretty much the opposite of me. Zohib says, cutest face he's ever seen. So the fans love you on here. Someone does have a good point. You'd be a good heel in Japan with that American gimmick.
It's on my bucket list.
Is there anything you want to say to wrap this up? I'll give you the floor to close this up for everyone. Thanks again to all the fans.
I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate it beyond words. And if you want to get geared up with me, like I said, follow my social media, AmberNova73, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to get geared up, I have my personal handmade grease rags, autographed 8x10 photos, and just keep following my journey and keep on rocking in the free world. It's a hard time right now with this pandemic, but we're all going to get through it.